are here. Welcome back to my Etsy shop. I have 7 new items I'm going to feature today, and they will be in the shop starting tomorrow, April the 11th at 5 p.m. I have phenomenal porcelain, as usual, collectible glass and some crystal, and pottery. Let me start with the pottery and the one that is in the thumbnail. This is quite the find, and it's a big deal. If you are a pottery fan, you definitely want to get this. This is a pottery centerpiece bowl by Mark Chamberlain. Mark Chamberlain is a art pottery or studio pottery artist from Iowa, and this piece is signed Chamberlain at the back. Let me put, on the underside, let me put my glasses. This reminds me of Jackson Pollock, with the splatter. So it's got burgundy and green and seafoam splatter, burgundy rim, all speckled, okay, and a very nice shine on it. It's got some burnish. It's just a piece of art. That's what it is. Now, I know that not everybody is a fan of pottery, but I have to tell you, if you go, and it's amazing how pottery is priced, but if you go online and you look at Mark Chamberlain pottery, a simple vase is over $200 something. He's a very renowned potter from Iowa, and I believe that his son is also a potter, but out of Florida. What's the name of the town? I think it's Robbinsville or something like that. I wrote it down. Brooksville. I knew there was a ville. So this is Mark Chamberlain. This is a collector's pottery item. You can, of course, use it for salad. I think a tabbouleh would be beautiful in this. Or you can use it as a centerpiece bowl on an entryway if you want. Don't use it as a catch-all because eventually you're going to scratch the surface. Or on a dining room table. Personally, a piece like this, because it is a renowned art pottery or art studio potter, I would put it on a stand and have it displayed, either in a curio or on a credenza, somewhere in your house where it would be featured and everybody can appreciate its beauty. So let me show you the signature again. Right, Chamberlain. It's a big deal, and it's the real deal. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love this, and I'm not into modern styles, but this is a beautiful piece of pottery, and you can really see from the form and the shape of it that this is somebody who knows what he's doing. The symmetry is stunning. The form itself is absolutely gorgeous, and the application of the glaze is very unique. So even if he did a series of those bowls, no two are alike. You're beautiful. I want to keep you. It's really nice. The colors. I don't know if they really show. You see like emerald green, burgundy, more of a sea foam here. And then there's some areas where he added a little bit of metals to it. So when it goes into the kiln, it ends as a burnish over a high gloss. It's gorgeous. So you notice, right? I got a little something now. I purchased a turntable because it's easier for me to showcase items. So when I'm presenting my item, I'm also showing you the turntable. And then when I post on Etsy, I can add videos. People like to see those. And when I post on Instagram at Frenchy and Tubby, I can also do reels and people can see the item in motion. So that would be my first one featured in motion. Mark Chamberlain, probably 1980s. Studio art pottery from Iowa, United States. Stunning piece. Since I'm on the subject of bowls, this one is massive. It's depression glass, and I've had one before in the shop, which was gone the very same day that I posted it. This is New Martinsville, Ohio. You probably recognize it already. The pattern is called Radiance Prelude. This is a centerpiece bowl with its matching platter. You can use them separately, with the platter being used as a torte or cake platter. It is gorgeous. It's acid etched, crimped, and ruffled. Let me show you the design. You probably recognize it. Maybe against my sweater you'll see it a little bit better. You see the design? Okay, so the entire piece is etched, and it has those drops and bubbles, and then you can see that it's crimped and then it's ruffled at the same time. Here it is from the front or from the top. Now it's interesting because obviously it's been used as opposed to being stuck in a curio cabinet. Very well loved. The bowl is in excellent condition, absolutely excellent condition. The platter, I'm guessing the lady used it a little bit more often because it's scratched a little bit. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. All right, well, trust me, it is scratched. Only a little bit because it's been used. The platter is gorgeous. It's got this sundial right here with those droplets. Same design, but much shallower. We have this little wave ruffle pattern on it, and it's a repeat of the etching with the Radiance Prelude on it. When was this made? Well, it was made in Ohio. It was made in 1939. This is depression glass, clear depression glass, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a very elegant piece. You can use it on your dining room all year long. You can either put fruits in it, but it would hide the design, or you can just leave it as is, and it's just a gorgeous, so elegant piece to add to your dining room. It's fairly large, okay? The platter is 14-inch. The bowl is 12-inch, and it's heavy because it's glass. But look at this. I love the ruffle on it. It's got so much movement to it, and the design itself is beautiful. It's very Baroque in terms of decorative style, right? Look at that. Oh, you're beautiful. Okay, so you saw the little video, right? I say it every week. Go on the webpage on the Etsy shop starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. and look at the pictures, because my camera and my background really showcase that particular design and how beautiful these pieces are. So that was New Martinsville, which was purchased by Viking Glass, by the way, sometimes in the 50s, but this one is from 1939. When I come back, how about we do crystal and a piece that we can't find anywhere, absolutely cannot find it, and out of the entire week, I think this would be the one item I absolutely would keep. Okay, so there's such a thing as crystal coffins. I don't know if you've ever heard the name. I have two upstairs that are possibly baccarat with hinges. Crystal coffins were a big deal for a very long time. Ladies would have at least one to put their most precious pieces of jewelry when they went to bed at night. You know, everybody had either a jewelry box. You remember the ones with the little ballerina? I think they were more for the kids, you know, with the velvet and everything. But on your bedside table, you would have a trinket box, and that's where you would put your wedding ring or pieces of heirloom jewelry. Coffin boxes are a big deal too. A lot of people collect them. I personally, if I had the option of starting a new collection, Lord knows I don't need any of that nonsense. But let's just say I was starting a new collection. I would start a collection of coffin boxes because they are so intriguing to me. I love the way they feel, the way they sound, and the beauty is non-pareil. Okay, here we go. So this is a very interesting coffin box. It's crystal, but what's interesting about it, other than the fact that it's almost like a faux clover leaf with some etching, okay, and then let me open it. All right, so here's your clover leaf, here's your lid. The lid is heavier than the box. The lid is really heavy. I love the way they sound. I just love that sound. Let me make it again because I love the way they sound. I love the fact that they appear to be extremely fragile, but they are heavy pieces. Doesn't mean they won't break. Of course they'll break if you drop it. You know what's unique about this one? I can't find it. And there's collectors out there of coffin boxes and crystal boxes. I cannot find it. No one on the internet has this. Whether it's in the Google archives, reverse image, Pinterest, you name it. No one has this. Can't find the manufacturer. No idea who made it, in what country. Though I suspect that it is German crystal. From the clarity of it, the color, the weight, the way it's designed, this I believe to be German crystal. Bohemia, this whole area. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I want to keep it. I'm telling you, if I could, I would start a collection of crystal boxes. So what you do with this, if you don't want to put jewelry, powder box, talcum powder, and put a puff in it. I'm having second thoughts. I'm literally having second thoughts. Okay, I gotta sell it. I gotta sell it because I've no business starting a new collection. But I tell you what, if I find one similar, I'll keep it. Alright, anyway, I don't know who made this, but just based on the design, I suspect this is 60s, 70s. Look at the sparkle on this. And it's very heavy. It's really, really heavy. And, I don't know. I have a thing for those. It's beautiful. So I don't know who made it. I'm fairly certain it's 1960s, 1970s. It's in perfect condition. There's no chip, no flea bite, nothing. There's a little bit of scratching right here. Let me see, is the scratch on the inside? Yeah, or on the outside? Oh, both. You know what? Because it's a tiny, tiny curve. I don't know why. Probably because it was, moved around. It may have been on a marble top. So it scratched the bottom. You can't see it. Alright, enough talking about this. This is the one item I would keep. Okay, it's stunning. Let me put you aside before I break you. Next item. I'm trying to think. Let's do this, because this is another one I have no idea who made it. This is a set of 4 stoneware cup, and they appear to be vintage 80s, 90s. Each of them has the same design. It's fennel, that's seeding, with the word anise at the bottom. They're all the same, and it's 4 of them. They are basically tiny little planters. They would be perfect for a plant mom who is growing succulents. They're all the same. One of them has a tiny defect at the base. No, I can't find it. Which I think happened at firing. It's not a broken, oh, it was this one right here. Just the way you see how the glaze, I don't think you can really see it, but the glaze kind of like dips into it. So I think instead of being a chip, I think this is just something that happened during the firing process. They are handmade, they are hand painted. Each one is a little bit different. You can see that, right? How anise is written here compared to there. So it's indication that they were hand painted. I don't know who made them. I can't find them online. Another item that, should I say it's rare? No, it's just that nobody else is selling it and they're no longer being sold. So that's why I can't find them online, but it's a set of 4. So if you don't want to use them as planters, you can put them, you know, on a desk, corral little things. I would not use them as teacups because they are too smooth and they literally will slide off your fingers. You know, the Japanese teacups, for instance, the ones that don't have a handle, they're not shaped in a flared way on purpose. They're kind of more of a, you know, like this, like straight, because you want to get a good grip. But these, they just slide off. So don't use them for a drink. Perfect for little plants. Let me put my little plant behind it so you get an idea what it would look like, right? Or a little plant. Little ferns, or again, to corral stuff. They're not, you know, super expensive. I'm not going to price them for super high, but they are handmade. Obviously, a potter who didn't sign, and all hand painted. Therefore, every single one of them is different. They're cute. They're really cute. On the little window sill in the kitchen, if you have like those glass shelves, if you want to put like little plants in them, I think they're a nice decorative item. They would fall within the primitive style. Okay, when I come back, I'll do more stoneware, and then we'll move on to absolutely fabulous porcelain. So here's another item that I have no idea who makes it or made it. However, they do look like otagiri. They have every single check mark for otagiri. These are 2 oversized teacup, breakfast coffee or teacup. And I don't know if the color shows, but it's kind of like an army green with some big burnish design. They're really cool. The inside is kind of a gray, light gray and speckled. But when I look at them, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, otagiri. Immediately, I thought that's what it was. 1970s, 1980s otagiri. They are not signed. Otagiri did not really sign their pieces. What they used to do is have a sticker that just said Otagiri Japan. For once, I don't have any. I always have some otagiri in here, but not this time. Okay, so that's why I think they are otagiri, because the sticker is always gone. They are really cool. A bit crude in the making, which is perfect for stoneware, right? It's you don't, you know, it's pottery. You don't want it to be super smooth like the porcelain I'm about to show you. I like the color, this army green. Glaze is beautiful, but the beauty is in that rugged burnish bronze color. They didn't come with saucers. I doubt that they did, but these are pretty much 10 ounces. Coffee cups or oversized teacups for breakfast. If you want to elevate your coffee bar with these vintage looking cup. Again, not expensive, only because I cannot verify who made them and when, but I suspect they're otagiri, late 70s, early 80s. Okay, all right. I got to regroup myself. Let me take another break. because when I come back, porcelain. For those of you who are into romance and elegance, I have two items that are German Bavaria porcelain. The first one is a vase, and I kind of gave you a peek last week. Now, it's a very difficult name to pronounce for a non-German speaker. It's Hutchenruther. I don't know if I have it right. Okay. This porcelain vase by Hutchenruther, Germany, is from the 80s. It's not super old. The company itself started in 1814. And then they were purchased, I think in 82. Let me check. No, in 2000. In 2000, Rosenthal, brand Rosenthal, purchased them. They still make items under their logo, which is the one with the lion. Right here. So you can still find pieces, but this is a discontinued pattern, and this is a pattern that they did in the 1980s. What's beautiful about this pattern is that it's an homage to Dresden porcelain. It actually says underneath it, form Dresden, in the style of Dresden. The pattern itself is called Moritzburg, and it is stunning. This is a transferware, by the way. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is a transferware. It's not hand painted. So it features spring, summer type flowers, right, on crisp white porcelain, typical of what you would see in German and Dresden porcelain, with some accent flowers. So there's the bouquet on either side. It has a gold accent at the base and right here. The beauty of it is that the porcelain is slightly ribbed. It does kind of like an optic swirl, so it gives it movement and fluidity. And then on the top here, I don't know if you can see it, but it has kind of like a lattice right there. So it's a vase that has a lot of different elements to it. It is absolutely stunning, and it's in pristine condition. The bottom says, so it's got the lion logo with 1814, Hutchenruther, Germany, and then it's number 16, and then 99. The 99 is in gold, so I'm assuming that perhaps it has to do with the gold, and then the 16's got to be the shape. Moritzburg pattern. It's a gorgeous vase. It really is. Now, Mother's Day's coming. As a mom, that would make me very happy. If you have a grandma or a mom who loves that romantic feel, who has a traditional house with traditional decor, this would look beautiful on the mantle with summer flowers, even daffodils, by the way, because the base is large and it's narrow at the neck, so that it would hold them together and give them plenty room for the water at the bottom. Because remember, daffodils, you don't want to put water all the way to the top, just enough at the bottom. Gorgeous vase. Okay, my last item. I could keep them, but I'm gonna put them up for sale. Okay, so this is a set of four fine porcelain teacups by Henrik and Company out of Selb, Bavaria. This is, I think, the epitome of German porcelain. The shape is Avon. That's the shape of the teacup, with the foot, the handle a little bit lower than the rim, and then a flared rim. You remember when I talked about the perfect teacup? The rim has to be slightly flared so that the tea slides into your mouth. It avoids for you to be slurping your tea, basically. So you just go like this and let the tea glide into your mouth. I'm going to show you the saucer first, because the beauty is in the cup, so I like a little suspense. Okay, so here are the saucers. Gold accent, crisp white, right? Just like the vase, crisp white, typical Selb type porcelain, high gloss, and little accent flowers. Sign at the bottom, HNC Henrik. The cups are absolutely amazing. So they have the gold accent, right? They're all in excellent condition, same logo at the bottom, but look at the inside. Look at the inside of the cup. Orchids, exotic flowers, greens, a little bit of pink, mostly white. I have 4 of those. They are so delicate and they are absolutely gorgeous, so elegant. Love these. So here's one. I'm shaking. I don't want to break them. This is so pretty. Here's 2. Ah, you see me shaking? I just want to be very careful because they're very fragile. Okay, it's fine bone china. And here's the other 2. Every single one has the same design. Now what's interesting about this is that if you go on replacement.com, and they will have a stamp that says number 40 on it. If you go on replacement.com, they don't have a name for this pattern. They just have a number, which is replacement.com giving them a number, because that was not cataloged. I believe from other research that I've done that these are from the 1950s, early 1960s. They are in perfect condition as though they were just purchased yesterday. Absolutely stunning. And because it's 4 of them, you can actually use them to display. Because sometimes, you know, one teacup is kind of, yeah, it's nice, but I wish I had one more at least. But here you get 4. So you can display them and of course use them, but they are, totally would keep that too. So that shape again is Avon. Fine porcelain with amazing design on the inside. Those are transfer wares. Okay, they're not hand painted. Heinrich and Company. So what do I have on Heinrich and Company? They were purchased, I didn't write it down, but I believe that they were purchased in 1976 or around that time by Villeroy and Bock. You know, Villeroy and Bock. I don't know how you pronounce it in English. In French, it's Villeroy et Bock. Okay, I don't know how you say it in English. So Villeroy and Bock purchased them, I believe, in 76. So no more Heinrich and Company. And they started, by the way, the company itself started in 1896. So they started around Victorian time, late Victorian, and then 1976, taken over by Villeroy and Bock. They are absolutely gorgeous. I have a set of 4. Grab them. Why am I shaking? Grab them because they are stunning. So, to recap, what would I keep? Of course I would keep the teacup, but again, do I need another teacup? I have a whole shelf worth of them by now. I would absolutely keep this. You know I would. I made a big deal about it. This coffin box is gorgeous, and the noise, I don't know. Look, I'm weird, okay? We've already established that. And I would definitely keep this, the Mark Chamberlain. Not just because it's a collector's item, but because it's a stunning piece of pottery, okay? So, everything will be in the shop tomorrow at 5 p.m. Check out the website. The link is right up here and down below. Instagram at Frenchy and Tubby. If you want to see pictures, I will post all of the pictures, pricing and everything ahead of Friday. or at least ahead of 5 p.m. Probably by tomorrow night they will be up on the Instagram account. So you get to see them in close-ups, get a little bit more history and, you know, dimensions and everything, plus the pricing. I like to do that because it gives people an idea as to whether or not they want to be behind the keyboard at $4.59 on Friday. I just want to let you know that I went shopping and sourcing and I found some amazing stuff. So let me give you a quick view of what's coming up soon. Maybe not next week, but definitely soon. American Brilliant Cut Hawks. It's 1930s. This is Victorian opaline glass. Very fragile. I don't know, it's still dirty, okay? I don't know how I'm going to ship this without breaking it because this is paper thin glass. Oh look, talking about teacup, I kept one of those for myself. This is Maddock Indian tree. I have 2 of those and I have 2 of the coffee cup. Ooh, Costa Boda, 1950s crystal. It's dirty. You see, when I tell you I clean the stuff and sometimes I find things in a terrible shape. Here's another example. This is a 1990s Lenox porcelain bisque Madonna and Child. It's not Hager, so I'm not keeping it. Look how dirty it is. Okay, let's move to the pottery because I found some amazing stuff. Oh, look at this little espresso cups. Probably, I don't know if it's Italy. I think it's Japan. And, oh, this is coming up soon. And it works. It's in perfect condition. Not a single petal is broken or missing. Oh. It's by San Francisco Music Box Company. Wondering what the song is? I don't know. You tell me down below. What's the song? Music is not my thing. It sounds familiar though, but it's gorgeous. Anyway, so all items will be in the shop tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my shop. I will see you next week. Bye.